Man, are you ready for this? You can feel the calm before the storm as the round begins. This is gonna be a match to remember. This battle is about to explode. Final KO!
Hello everyone and welcome to Battle for the Den. So yeah, we're back for some more arms from Asia and Oceania. That's going to be some good fun today. As you can see, we have some new features on the stream. You can see that I have pronouns now, like right there. It's hard with the camera, honestly. And we are currently finalizing everything. We are going to call the first match very soon, which will be Jeffri and Midonnay, which at this point is a classic of those tournaments. There we go, the match is called. And the rules are as usual based on the EU rules. So you've got your usual stage list, which is Sparring Ring, Buster Beach, DNA Lab, Temple Grounds, and Mausoleum, with Via Dolce and Ninja College as counter picks. But yeah, as we are getting into it, chat, how's it going? How's your day been? How's your week been? Your month been even? Like, please tell me everything, because we love to hear about you. Yeah, we've got 4 players today. I guess I can show the bracket, because I do have that view. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, round 1 will be Jeffri versus Midonnay, and then we'll have Bennytek versus Poko, because Poko is joining us today. And then, you know, round 2, round 3. It's a round robin. You know how round robin works, chat. Like, please. You all know how round robin works. But yeah, either way, this should all be really good fun today. I'm expecting some character variety, honestly. But most importantly, I'm looking forward to see how the Oceania crew fares against Poko, because obviously Poko is a very good Mechanica player, so this is going to be interesting either way. And hopefully we get more Japanese players in future events as well. Like, unfortunately, I have heard that Foxter was leaving the TOing scene, which is unfortunate, but you know, it's life, it happens. It's just how it goes sometimes. But we make do with it. So yeah, we are about to start. Excuse me, chat, for that. So I think I'm missing... You might have noticed as well in the... how to put it? The challenge... that it now asks questions when you register. This is just to help me with the stream. Obviously, you do not have to stick by your answers. And it seems like we are going to be ready to go. And so, first match of the day, Jeffri versus Midonnay. This is always a fun matchup between the two of them. Obviously, they are seed 3 and 4, respectively, in this tournament. No, not 3 and 4, 2 and 3. I'm messing up already, chat. This is a problem. But yeah, here we go. This is not a winner's bracket. This is round robin. There. Should be better. And yeah, all games are best of 5. Chat, as usual with those round robins. And already Jeffri is applying a lot of pressure on Midonnay with those chillers. While Midonnay is opting for a double nade. Which, to be fair, nade is a very reliable arm, so can't go wrong with it. With a very good rush though from Midonnay. This is very close so far. This is very close. Ooh, and a nice grab by Midonnay. Jeffri trying to go for a counter rush here. It's not going to work, but the grab from Jeffri is going to seal that first round for Midonnay, which I haven't swapped the player. Chat, this is... It's difficult, okay? It's difficult today. There we go. Please let me know if I mess up, chat, because this is difficult today. Today is difficult. But anyways, yeah, Midonnay is pushing Jeffri into the corner, which is a very good position to be in, and also is going to get a magnificent rush off of that attempt from Jeffri. Jeffri's going to be able to escape the corner thanks to Twintelle slow down, but it's still going to be a tough situation. Still, there is an opportunity if Jeffri can maintain this ice pressure, can maintain the pressure with the rush as well. It can lead to some very good things, but no, Midonnay is just gonna deny that opportunity. And it is now 1-0 to Midonnay in this matchup. So now the question is, what is going to be the counter pick? Because I feel like... I'm not sure about sparring. I feel like sparring is good to actually apply the pressure onto Midonnay's mummy. But it's going to be tough regardless. And apparently we are going to go to Via Dolce, which I feel could be a very interesting choice, just because there is not much room to move, and when you've got a character like Mummy, who already cannot move to begin with, cannot move much, it might actually get interesting. And the Helix counter pick as well. Now Helix I feel is pretty good on this stage, just because he doesn't have to move as much as other characters, because he has pillar mode. Like, he is the pillar man. Like, some would think Misango's the pillar man, but really, Helix is literally a pillar man. But so far, yeah, Double Glove Helix still showing that it is a very strong combination to have in order to apply the pressure, but Midonnay doesn't care. Midonnay right now doesn't care. It's going to find every single hit of those nades. Hey, he doesn't have rush yet, and there we go. He's got rush for the next round, and Jeffri's already KO. My goodness, that was fast. We are going into round 2. Jeffri is going to try and play a long distance game right now by just spamming punches. And is going to manage to find the rush, but here's the thing, once Midonnay I feel gets in, it's going to be very tough. Still, very good adaptation so far from Jeffri. And a very nice grab here. Yeah, and just the spamming from a long distance seems to work very well for Jeffri so far, as he takes the second round. Very nice to see. Also, chat, please let me know if the sound is good on your end, just to make sure. Yeah, going into the round 3, Midonnay has switched to a Phoenix. Which honestly is, it is probably going to be an interesting strategy to actually catch Jeffri trying to go into pillar mode and spamming punches. Like, look at that, look at all this pressure right now. Phoenix is working and just catching Jeffri mostly off guard right now. I don't think he was really prepared for the change, which fair enough, like, Midonnay had been using double nade for 4 rounds straight, so the change of pace might have completely thrown him off. But it would seem that Phoenix was all that was needed to Midonnay to get back into the match. And now we have a 2-0, which means we are going straight into the final game. So counter pick here is going to be very important. As every point is going to be crucial in this situation. Like, I really feel like we're gonna have a close tournament overall. Maybe with POKOYAN coming in as the big favorite. We're returning to sparring, but to me, Poco is obviously the big favorite right now. But in terms of Jeffri, Midonnay, and Benny, the level is pretty close overall. So it's hard to predict who would win in this situation. Obviously, there is still the seeding. The seeding is made based on ELO, for the lack of a better system, but still. And yeah, Jeffri is going to go straight back to the main Min. The Dragon Arm is set up on the Sparky. Ooh, and an arm down on Midonnay. Here's the thing as well. Sparky, I feel, is a pretty good arm to actually get some quick stunts in. But the fact is, the stun is still pretty short, so capitalizing on those stuns is going to be very difficult. Although, thanks to the fact that sparring is a smaller stage, it is going to be easier to be in Midonnay's face, like this. And that is going to net a round for Jeffri. Midonnay now has the Tri-Blast and the Phoenix. Which honestly, Tri-Blast is such an excellent arm for pressure and should do a very good job overall at keeping Jeffri off of that Dragon Arm. And so far it is working. Like, a very good rush from Midonnay earlier has put him back into the lead. And now Jeffri is actually struggling to get those opportunities to get the Dragon Arm. Now it's set up. But it's going to be crucial if he wants that game to actually keep that Dragon Arm, I feel like. The close range pressure and the stun, and it is going to be the first game that Jeffri is going to take in that matchup. Very good adaptation. The Min just works, honestly. And I feel like the sparring ring pick was a good pick just because he was in Midonnay's face, and as you saw, the moment he found an opening to actually charge the Dragon Arm, it was over pretty much. So Midonnay is going to want to turn off that Dragon Arm as much as possible. Just not let him have a single opportunity to get that Dragon Arm. And it seems we are going back to Via Dolce for this game 4. No character change on Midonnay's side. Still going with the trusty Master Mummy. But to be fair, I like the Tri-Blast pressure, so... We'll see if it continues. Maybe with a nade? Ooh, double Phoenix! Okay, interesting pick. And yeah, that's a little bit of what I was afraid of on Dolce. Is that Jeffri is so far away from Midonnay that he's going to get Dragon Arm instantly. But right now it's not going to really matter in the grand scheme of things because Midonnay is able to shut down pretty quickly. Ooh, and the shield is low already on Jeffri's side. These two really like to play close range, so I like it. And honestly, it is understandable. Because again, I feel like Mummy gets blown up once you're in his face with the right arms. But also, Midonnay needs to keep up the pressure on the Min to prevent situations like these where Jeffri has the Dragon Arm. Ooh, but the Rush and the Dragon Arm are going to get snuffed out in this exchange. And a very good grab to get back into the lead. Midonnay now in a pretty good position. Jeffri not... I thought he was not committing to the Dragon Arm, but no, the rollback made it seem like it. He didn't manage to get the Dragon Arm and managed to take yet another game. Also, hi person in the chat who's I can read the name of. I don't read Japanese. Sorry about that. And right now, in that new round, Jeffri is onto Midonnay's face, but Midonnay is going to be able to use that rush to get out of the pressure. Ooh, but Jeffri is going to be able to counter back with a rush very quickly, resetting the meters. And now he has Dragon Arm. And again, this is a very dangerous situation for Midonnay. And that is going to be a grab to bring Jeffri to 2-2. We are going into game 5. And what a way to start this tournament, honestly. Like, we love game 5. We love seeing a lot of arms here. It is a great game. And yeah, Jeffri... and we are going back to sparring ring. And honestly, I can't blame Midonnay, because clearly that was the stage that was working better for him in the long run. So, if it's open, why wouldn't he go there? And again, Midonnay needs to find a way to actually stop the Dragon Arm from happening. It is tough, because obviously when you're in hard knockdown, it is almost a free Dragon Arm for the Min. But, if Midonnay can keep up the pressure like this... And it's showing right now, Jeffri is back to the wall. Not going to be able to get the Dragon Arm from committing to the Dragon Laser. But now, Jeffri has a Dragon Phoenix, which is going to be pretty good to get knockdowns. I feel like the Sparky was doing very well earlier, but the Phoenix might be the key to actually keep up the momentum. Ooh, very nice grab from Midonnay, which is not going to kill yet, despite the 200 damage. But the nade is going to secure that round, and it is going to be match point. And we are going into match point in Midonnay's favor. And yeah, as I was saying, like, Jeffri Sparky was working well, just because he's in such close quarters that the low stun time really isn't going to make much of a difference compared to even using an arm like the C-Key. And you're still going to get some very good opportunities to actually get some confirms, just because you're so damn close to your opponent. And it's already showing, like, Midonnay's health bar has melted in the last 30 seconds. Midonnay's got Jeffri in the corner. Can start to apply the pressure. The grab, unfortunately, is going to push Jeffri out of the corner. But Midonnay is just standing there, locking, menacingly. Ooh, and a very nice grab again. This could be it, and this is it. Midonnay is going to take that game after a hard-fought 3-2 game. That was very close, and the nice thing about those games as well is that from month to month you actually see the players improving, which is why I love doing these monthlies. You actually see the players improving, learning some patterns. And it makes for some very entertaining matches. Oh, that was you, Poko. I'm so sorry. I can't read Japanese, so I can't recognize anyone with a Japanese tag in the chat. So I actually didn't realize it was you. Yeah, our next match is actually going to be Benny versus Poko. And so I need to set that up real quick. Set the score. You know how it is, chat. Queuing while streaming, while commentating. It's a bit hard. Hi, Jeffri. Yeah, also, you may have noticed already, chat. When you go into the versus screen, it actually has, how to put it, the character theme now, normally. Like, if it works correctly, it has the character theme when I switch to the versus screen. Which is a nice, new, cool feature of the stream. I'm not sure if it's been done somewhere else, but I like that. Anyway, the bans are happening. We'll have to see. I saw that ping to from Australia to Japan might be comparable to some of the larger pings you could see in Fox's Arm Fest. But I think it should be fine. Like, I know my friend from Australia plays Splatoon a lot with the Japanese players, and it's all fine. So I'm guessing Arm should be quote-unquote finer just because it's 1v1. Yeah, good luck to both competitors, and we are going to go straight to the mausoleum. Yeah, Benny with the Springtron, Poko with the Mechanica as expected. So this is where it gets interesting. Because one thing I really like about Poko is he's got really good use of the whammer. Which I keep saying, I feel like I keep saying you don't see whammer and kablammer that often. But at the same time, you tend to see them quite a bit at Battle for the Day, I feel like. Yeah, that is going to be a quick perfect from Poko to open up this game. Very strong performance to begin with. Yeah, Poko is here. Benny is going to manage to find a little bit of a popper hit here. Try to get something started. The rush, unfortunately, is going to miss. Very good dodge by Poko. Using the reactor thrusts of Mechanica very well. And Poko is going to go straight for the win confirm off of that. With the extra 20 at the end for good measure. Benny now in critical. And yeah. That is why Poko is your favorite for this tournament. It is going to be a tough matchup for I feel anyone who's going to have to face Poko. Very dominant performance indeed. Yeah, now the counter pick is going to be very interesting as well for Benny. We are going to go to Buster Beach. I wonder if there's going to be a character change as well, or just a loadout change. We are going to see the Min Min. As a character change. I feel like Ice Dragon is going to be an interesting arm if we get to see it. Yeah, we're going to get to see it on the Dragon arm. Because the Ice Dragon is going to help shut off Poko's movement a little bit. But only, and I do say only, if Benny manages to set his game plan up. Except so far, the popper from Poko is doing a lot of work. Preventing Benny from staying in one spot. Ooh, a very nice grab here. And Poko's like, look at that. Poko's on his way to another perfect. He's going to get shut down here. But still. And unfortunately, Benny is going to dash right into that popper hit. Now here's the thing, chat, as well. Because of how rollback works, unfortunately, popper will seem faster to a player that's far away. Because, like, you would say it skips some frames of animation. In Nintendo games, it just interpolates back to the position where it should be. You know. It's just the Nintendo rollback doing that. But the result is more or less the same. Now, Benny holding his own a little bit better in the second round. Double punch actually looking like it is enough to keep Poko at bay. And just get a slower game overall. But one grab is going to shut down all of the setup that Benny had done up to this point. And also the whammer is going to come up and shut down any rush attempt as well from Benny. And now Poko is in a very good position. And yet a stun confirm off of the whammer. Going to do some massive damage. Not going to be quite enough to kill, but one more hit is going to be enough. Like, it's fine. It's fine. No surprises there. Still, we saw some good adaptation from Benny overall in this last round. It really feels like, I don't know how to put it. It's like there's something, you know, that there's something Obviously, Poko is very good at adapting as well. So Benny is not going to have much time to actually see a pattern. But overall, Benny still did very good in that last round. Now we are going to go to DNA Lab. I feel Benny is realizing that the slower play is actually working out well enough for him. So DNA Lab might be a good opportunity to actually impose that slower play a lot more. Ooh, and that's already 2 pillars down as well. Benny is now set up. He's got that dragon set up, but is going to get knocked down right away. Not going to be able to use much of it. And he's going for a little bit of air here. Air pressure. Poko reacting with the grab. Now we're playing behind that pillar, which, yeah, at that rate is not going to last very long. We're just destroying the pillars one by one. That was a broken arm from Poko, but obviously with the laser is just going to shut down that down really quick. Poko on 1 HP. This could be Benny's big break if he manages to find the hit. But Poko instead is just going to be able to go for the win confirm and do a magnificent comeback. Poor Benny, poor Benny. All Poko needed was 1 popper hit. But here's the thing, you can't just let that go onto your morale. So now it's going to be a matter of if Benny can keep up the momentum he had built in the previous round nonetheless, or if it's going to be all Poko from now on. And right now, unfortunately, it's looking like all Poko for now from now on. Benny's going to manage to find that freeze. Not going to be able to continue the chain, thanks to a very good whammer from Poko. And yeah, a little bit of win, and that is going to be game, set, and match to Poko. With honestly a magnificent comeback, just magnificent comeback in that first round of game 3. I almost thought that there was something there, there was going to be something there, that Benny was going to be able to take one. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be. So we're going to get our next match on the road very soon. But I'm going to call it first. But yeah, before we get into our next match, let me just play the ads real quick. Just as a reminder, if you're watching us from Europe, first off, thank you. And second, we have the KOF 15 monthly at Battlefield Den returning on the 15th of May at 15 CST. Sorry about that. We are in summertime. Make sure to register for that. It is on PC. You can type in the command !BattleDen in the chat to get all of the information in order to register. But overall, I am expecting a fun, nice little tournament with lots of Moroccans. Just fair warning, there are a lot of Moroccans in the tournament. But we love to see some high-level KOF 15 gameplay here on this channel, and in this community. And additionally, next week at the Playing Grounds on the 10th of May at 21 CEST, we will be playing in free play Street Fighter EX3, which Street Fighter EX3 is a fun little game by Eureka, where you get to play Street Fighter with some Marvel Infinite style tag mechanics. So I'm looking forward to it. It is a very fun game. You can do some really silly stuff in it. I hope we get to see some people who actually know how to play the game. But nonetheless, we should have some great fun. It is using Parsec. You just need a Parsec client to join. You don't need the game. And it will be on the 10th of May at 21 CEST. But yeah, back to our games. The bands are being made. Our next match is going to be Jeffri versus Poko. So more Poko and more Jeffri. Obviously, this is round 2 of the round robin. But nonetheless, I am curious to see how Jeffri will manage to deal with Poko's pressure overall. I'm very curious, honestly. I feel like the question is actually, can he deal with the pressure? Because here's the thing, I feel Min Min has all the tools needed to actually... Where's Temple? Here's Temple. I couldn't find Temple for a minute. Min Min has all the tools to deal with Mechanica. Like good setup tools. Obviously access to all the arms in the game helps as well. But still. Once again, I need to swap real quick. There we go. Ooh, and Jeffri is going to opt for the Dragon Arm pressure. But so far it's not working and it's gonna get stuck in the corner. Very good Phoenix. The Phoenix on the Dragon Arm might be interesting, honestly. Just in order to have that threat of snuffing out the movement with the firearm. Because honestly, it should really help, because Poko is going to have to be very careful of that Phoenix. Despite the fact that it is a slower arm, that is a faster arm than... how to put it? Yeah, I was about to say you had the dragon on the other side, but the dragon is much slower. Ooh, and Poko is going to go for the rush, but Jeffri is going to get protected by that one pillar. Ooh, this is very close. This is looking very close. But Jeffri doesn't have Dragon Arm right now. And that might have been his downfall. And Jeffri now switching back to the Sparky. Trying to apply probably a similar strategy to what he had going against Midonnay earlier, of trying to put down the pressure and going for those stun confirms as much as possible. But that does require getting set up, and Poko is not given it that opportunity. And especially with that win confirmed, we are almost on the verge of death on Jeffri's side, and I think the grab should do it. Indeed, that is going to be a nice... not a perfect. I thought that was going to be a perfect on Poko's side, but apparently not. Maybe some chip damage happened. Yeah, I'm guessing some chip damage happened and I didn't notice. But still, Jeffri already showing that he's got a good level. He can deal with a lot of Poko's stuff. But I don't think the Sparky was necessarily the answer here. I feel like the Phoenix was working much better. overall. Just because, again, it is that threatening option, that threatening curve option that will prevent Poko from moving on one side. Even more so than the dragon. And the next game is going to be on Via Dolce. Yeah, as I expected, we are going straight back to the Phoenix. Poko going for the opening grab right away. Saying, nope, you don't get to do that. I'm not letting you do that anymore. And I can't blame him because... Here's the thing, Dragon Phoenix seemed to give Poko a lot of trouble for quite a bit of time, so... He probably wants it gone, pretty much. And there we go, that is a very good knockdown for Poko. Now pushing Jeffri into that Via Dolce corner. It's very even so far. Ooh, nice rush attempt by Jeffri, but unfortunately not going to lead to much. As Poko escapes masterfully. Ooh, but a nice grab by Poko. Pushing Jeffri to the wall. Ooh, this is so close. This is so tense. Could be anyone's game at this point. Both are on their last HP and Poko is going to take yet another round. With a very nice grab. Jeffri wasn't ready. It is impressive how often Poko has managed to clutch out those situations so far in this tournament. We've had 3 very tense situations and he's managed to reverse, but so, right now in this new round, Jeffri is already looking to try and make a statement and say, I'm going to try and do as much pressure as I can at the beginning so it doesn't happen again. Still, now Jeffri's stuck in the corner. Gonna need to find a way to get out. Honestly, getting grabbed by Poko might help here, but no, win confirm! The win confirm is going to put him right back at like 10 HP in a corner, and that is going to be yet another round for Poko. My goodness! The pressure is real. And maybe a mental pressure as well. There might be a little bit of mental pressure as well. All things considered. Because when you think about it, when you're up against a good player, a very good player, one you know that is very, very good, there's just that pressure of, oh gosh, I gotta finish this, I've gotta finish this. But sometimes the better way is just to calm down, not rush things out, study the situation, and then find your opening. Mental pressure can get to people, like, it's a real thing in esports and just sports in general, just competition in general. Yeah, going into game 3, Jeffri once again trying to apply a lot of pressure, but Poko is going to be able to find a grab to get rid of the setup. Interestingly enough as well, Jeffri is going back to the Sparky. Finding some interesting setups as well, thanks to the dragon. Ooh, and a nice grab as well, but we've been in this situation before. Poko on literally no HP, and Jeffri's finally gonna manage to take a round in this matchup. Just with very good, consistent pressure. Not letting Poko get any space to move. And so now the response is very swift. Jeffri attempts the rush, but Poko manages to block it, recognizing the situation. Nice grab by Poko. There's lots of trading happening so far in this round. They're still very close. When Poko's gonna be able to... Ooh! I was about to say find the rush, but unfortunately it's going to drop. And Poko's not gonna be able to get the full damage off of it. And now Jeffri is gonna be able to find his own rush as well and kill for it! And that is going to be 1 game to Jeffri. Very good adaptation. The rush just works. It just works. I was not expecting that, but to be fair, falling out of Sparky Rush is also much harder than falling out of Poko's Rush. So it's going to lead to more consistent confirms and more consistent damage overall. Yeah, very well played by Jeffri, securing 1 point in this matchup. And we are going to go to Ninja College for game 4. Now here's the thing about Ninja College as well. You're going to have a lot of space to contend with. And Jeffri is also going to start at the bottom, so... kind of a disadvantageous position. However, he's going to be able to get Dragon Armor right away. Ooh, very nice hit here by Poko. Jeffri is going to be answering right back and getting that Dragon Armor right away back again. The physics of Ninja College as well make it so that I feel like if you just make them fall when you get the knockdown, Jeffri's gonna have more time to set up the Dragon Arm. Poko's gonna be able to counter Jeffri's own rush by just being patient and managing to get the win confirmed right away after that as well. And that is going to be match point for Poko. We are 1 round away from Poko taking this this matchup. Jeffri starting to apply the pressure. Very nice one more hit here by Poko. Very nice grab as well to get rid of the Dragon Arm. And right now it's a matter of can Jeffri... it's almost a matter of can Jeffri get the Dragon Arm back at this point. The shield is very low as well. Nice trade. Jeffri trying to go for kind of a desperate rush, I feel like. But no, it's not going to work in this situation. But Poko's shield is low. Gonna get the spark here, the Sparky here into the grab. Gonna get the setups. Setups are real. Poko's gonna be able to find that grab though to get rid of that Dragon Arm. And disable that, pretty much that bomb, honestly. Win confirm is not going to be an option here. Going up the stairs. Seems like an easy drop, but the grab is going to be the one to take it for Poko. Magnificent performance by Jeffri, by the way. A very good performance overall. But Poko was just too strong. And now that means we are going to go get into another match with Midonnay and Bennytek coming up. But still, we're getting some very good showings from that tournament so far. Some very good showings. We love to see it. We love to see some high-level ARMS gameplay. It's always fun. ARMS is fun. Like, if you... I keep saying this, but if you have never played ARMS before, well, first off, there's a demo on the eShop. But second, it's a really fun game if you like playing around neutral. And if you want to get into fighting games, I feel like this is a very good game to get into fighting games and into the concepts that I feel are the most complicated to grasp in fighting games, which are like neutral advantage states, things like that. I really recommend ARMS for that as well. The nice thing about it as well is that it does have rollback netcode, so you're going to be able to play with people from a long distance. Obviously get an adapter, a LAN adapter, in order to play online. Or the Switch OLED, if you have the Switch OLED dock, it has already a LAN port. Yeah, we're going to go into Midonnay versus Bennytek right away. And Midonnay is going to go Misango onto the temple grounds. But I almost feel like Misango is a good pick overall in this matchup. Going straight away for mask, gonna get the yellow mask very early. But it's not really gonna do you that much good that early in the game. Good patience here to punish the AMPs as well from Benny. But overall, again, we are getting into what seems to be a matchup where both players like to hold forward. Very dynamic matchup. Outside of, you know, the fact that Midonnay has to dodge the AMPs. Ooh, very nice rush here by Midonnay. Not going to do much damage from that distance. It's just going to drop. Benny's going to be able to answer with a rush right back, but with just the bird chuck, it's not going to do that much damage. However, that is going to be enough damage to take the round. Again, Midonnay going for the mask right away, getting a lot of yellows. Getting some good knockdowns on Benny, but so far not really finding any opening in this matchup. Lots of faith. And we can see from both players right now in the second round, I feel like there's a lot more patience overall from both players. With Midonnay trying to do advancing guard a lot. Trying to read a lot as well, it feels. And getting hit for it. And yeah, Midonnay is going to be able to win that rush exchange, but not really! Not really! It was funny because both... all the arms actually clashed here. That is a new one. Yeah, unfortunately that advantage state is not going to go well for Midonnay. And now Midonnay is one hit away from dying. Benny is still very close, mind you. There's still very doable. With enough patience. And this is what we see here. Just lots of patience. 10 seconds on the clock. Benny busting out the rush last second. And yeah, I feel like Midonnay was realizing. I think the shield would not have broken. But realizing that only 4 seconds on the clock might have been a little bit too hasty. I feel like there was time to actually get a punish at the end of the rush. But just advancing guard too early and right into the rush and giving up the round and the match. In the process. But it's okay, it's time to bounce back then. It's absolutely time to bounce back. We're going back to Temple Grounds. Good, I hadn't changed the stage, so good. Midonnay is gonna stick with Misango as well. Ooh, and that is an interesting loadout we are seeing on Midonnay. Like some Scully action, some Mega Ward action. Fun stuff. Scully is gonna be good to get some pokes in. Overall. But the trap might be that it might get disabled more often by the EMP. Also, the dot damage from the poison is also going to be really nice from Skelly. Especially if you can get it to like 2 ticks or 3 ticks. So you see all that damage on Benny? It's mostly the poison doing its job, all things considered. And yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. Midonnay trying to go for a lot and a lot and a lot of pokes with the Skelly. Not throwing out the roaster too much. Unfortunately, it's gonna miss the rush here. Benny's still in a very good position. Red Mask isn't going to do you much against the wind, unfortunately. But yeah, I feel like once Benny realized what was happening, he was like, yeah, I gotta be very much more careful about that Skelly. Now here's the thing though, the dot damage isn't going to kill by itself. And again, Midonnay being a little bit hasty, thankfully does not die for it. But the grab is going to be enough to take the kill. Like, here's my tip for when the time is low. Don't panic! That's my tip. Again, this is one of those situations where mentally can be very draining. Because you're like, oh shit, I gotta do something. Don't panic. Like, if you panic, you're just gonna give your opponent an opportunity to finish the job. If you don't panic, the worst case scenario is, yeah, you lose the round, but you lose the round by timeout. Very nice grab by Benny here. We've got yet again a very even round, honestly. Just very even matchups all around. Benny's gonna be able to go for that deflect rush. Not gonna be able to get much of it. Gonna break the shield, but it's not gonna do much. Midonnay has to, yeah, trying to mix things up a little bit to try and catch Benny off guard here. By trying to go for the end of the rush, but it's not going to work so far. And Benny is going to find yet another grab. Sure, you can straight to the chest. Yeah, Midonnay fumbling a little in this scenario. I feel like he's not completely sure what to do against the Springtron. But yeah, we are waiting on Benny's bands right now. The funny thing is, Midonnay has already announced that he's changing to Mechanica. He didn't need to announce it, but he announced it. Still, I think the change of pace is going to help a lot. Sorry about that chat, about maybe the noise. And we are going to go to Via Dolce. I wonder about that pick, honestly. Because I feel overall, and it is my personal feeling, and I might be completely off the mark on this, that Mechanica is very much nerfed on Via Dolce. Because of the short corridors. So I'm not too sure about that stage pick. It's already showing like Benny is having a fun time here, applying his whole pressure game. Midonnay does have Tri-Blast, but it's not going to do any good if your arms blow up in your face constantly. Now the thing is, however, that I was about to say Tri-Blast can shut down a lot of the grabs because of how fast of a Pokemon arm it is, but yeah, just go around. Just go around, it works. And now Benny's on match point. Yeah, Midonnay trying to push Benny in the corner, apply a lot of pressure. Gonna get EMP'd here, and that is going to be a free rush opportunity for Benny. What a mistake. The perfect EMP by Benny, honestly. Hey, Midonnay's not gonna give up. Gonna continue to apply a lot of pressure. Gonna do a lot of grab attempts. Do some serious damage. And Benny's in the corner, but the explosion's not going to lead to confirm. That is a wasted rush on Midonnay's side. It does not matter at the end of the day. Midonnay is going to manage to take this round. But that drop sucked. Like, there was an attempt. I will respect the attempt, but that drop sucked. And yeah, Benny already going for a lot more EMPs in this opening statement. There's one again. Yeah, kind of forcing Midonnay to react. Midonnay trying to backdash the rush, but no, that's not gonna work. Because your recovery is just going to be way too long. You're not going to be able to shield the rest. Still some nice, very nice pressure from Midonnay. The grab is going to get Benny out of that little hole. But Midonnay overall now has the pressure game on lock, pretty much. And a very nice grab is going to be enough to take it. And that's 1 point on the board for Midonnay. Yeah, very nice adaptation overall from Midonnay. Some unfortunate rush drops here with the explosion. But it happens. And Benny's counter pick is going to be Temple Grounds. Which to me is an interesting pick. It's a very neutral stage after all. But I wouldn't be surprised if Benny felt a little bit cramped in those narrow alleyways of Via Dolce. Temple Grounds is going to give him a lot more movement options. Just a lot more space to work with. Still, Midonnay is pushing it into the corner. Benny is slightly escaping, going to the back of the wall. But Midonnay is unrelenting. A good popper hit is going to get Benny out of that situation. But still, we're just going around the stage at this point. Midonnay is taking Benny around the stage on a tour. Like, here's the public, here's the temple, here's... Midonnay continuing to go to rain down the pressure, going for the rush. Unfortunately, not going to get the full damage of it. But Benny is going to get a very nice self-explosion onto Midonnay here. Again, we are back into a very close round. Benny trying to play the long distance game. Midonnay backtracking as well. 9 seconds on the clock. Benny going straight for the rush, and it's going to land. Very nice rush from Benny to take that round and get back once again on match point. Now the momentum feels like it's back into Benny's favor in the set. Midonnay's gonna manage to find some good hits in with the tri-blast so far. Managing to work his way up into Benny's face. Ooh, Midonnay attempting to punish the EMP with the rush, but just a little tad too late. And so Benny's going to be able to block that. Still, Midonnay in a very good position here. Going to manage to block this rush. Not even going to get hit by the last half of the rush because of the blowback from the shield break. A very fortunate turn of events. But now he's taking a lot of the armor damage. And that damage quickly racks up. Midonnay going for rush in order to try and equalize the score. Benny almost having rush. Gonna bust it out right away. Midonnay is gonna have an easy block on that. Again, dropping the shield just a little bit too soon. Ooh, and the double EMP is going to be enough for Benny to secure the victory. And completely reverse the steam in that last round. Yeah, very nice showing by Benny here. So what I'm seeing right now is that we're going to have a very interesting board, I feel like, by the end of this whole tournament. Because if you look at the bracket, quote unquote, you can see, like, once we get the score up from the players on Midonnay versus Benny, like, Midonnay lost 1-1, but Benny is going to have the same record. So the last round is actually going to be pretty important in order to secure a good placement in this bracket. But anyways, we are going to get round 3 going right after the ads. Just let me call it first. Let me call it first. there we go. And as I said, we're going to run the ads before the last round of this round robin. So again, if you're watching us from Europe, remember that next week we'll have the KOF 15 monthly at Battle for the Den. Again, this is a tournament for Europe and North Africa that is going to take place on PC. On the PC, le PC. And it's going to be the 15th of May at 15 CEST. Don't miss out. You can type in the command !Belden in the chat to have all of the information you need in order to register. I'd like to remind you, this is !Belden in the chat. And next week at the Playing Grounds on the 10th of May, we're gonna have a little free play session on a little game called Street Fighter EX3. The Capcom Eureka, the last collab between Capcom and Eureka in terms of actually having a game, is here. We're gonna be playing that over on Parsec, so you don't need the game to actually play it. And it is going to be on the 10th of May at 21 CEST. Just get in the chat, ask for games, and it should be fine. But yeah, we are going to go into our last round. But yeah, we are getting ready here. We're just gonna get to the stage banning, as usual. You know the drill by now, chat. You know how these goes. But this is a very important game because yeah, I had a little snafu here on who was banning first. It's okay. But yeah, I feel like we're gonna see yet another interesting match. I feel like this is going to be the match that decides pretty much who places second or third or fourth. Because obviously, like, we also have one more match with Poko versus Midonnay coming up as well. And Poko is obviously the big favorite of the tournament, but this, I think, is the match that decides it all. And once again, I need to solve the teams. Yeah, Jeffri going Min, Benny going Springtron. Not much of a surprise here. Jeffri going in this opener with the Phoenix on the Dragon Arm. Again, a very good tool to actually try and snuff out movement. Benny is going to finally manage to get that hard knockdown here. It is a scary situation because right now both players are more or less set up. Now Benny, when Springtron gets an EMP, obviously he does get a little bit of a buff, but it's not permanent. Unlike the Min Dragon Arm, which happens until, you know, a knockdown happens, Benny is just going to run out of EMP steam eventually. And so far, yeah, we're getting a lot of patient play from both players, honestly. Except Jeffri is just that little bit more patient, you know. Just that little bit more. And yeah, obviously I'm not too surprised to see those loadouts overall on both players. Those are some very reliable loadouts in the matchup. Although Phoenix can be a little bit finicky. Benny going for a lot of EMPs right now. Might cost him a lot. Because I feel that it was more EMPs that he needed. But he's going to be able to take back the lead thanks to the rush. But yeah, I feel like Benny's getting a little bit greedy with those EMPs. So far he hasn't been punished too much. But I can definitely feel the greed. See, he's considering it a lot. Jeffri's gonna be able to get those Phoenix hits in order to punish. And now Jeffri's in his face. And gonna be able to find the rush. Not gonna be able to kill just yet. The extra 20 just not killing because that's just how it works. Ooh, and the... Yeah, there was a little bit of weirdness due to lag here, but yeah, the disable arm on Jeffri just disabled a little bit late. That was weird. Yeah, remember to wire up for the tournaments, people. It's important. Ooh, Benny with a nice rush here as Jeffri attempts to go in and try to apply the pressure game. Sparky is back as well on Jeffri's side. And to be fair, yeah, it leads to some good rush opportunities like that one as well. From what honestly Jeffri has shown, like the Sparky and Dragon combo can be very potent, just because the Dragon can already be out when the Sparky is getting the stun. Yeah, Jeffri is going to be taking the lead in this set so far. So now it's going to be up to Benny to actually pick something else. We are going to go straight to Mausoleum. Yeah, we're getting quite a few rollbacks here on Jeffri's side, it feels. I just don't see the... Funny enough, I don't see the setups on the Dragon Arm. I know they're there, but... Sometimes it's a little bit hard to follow, and I'm sorry for that, chat. It's just going to happen. Streaming matches from the other side of the world. Very good 1-2 from Benny here. Where we get those hard knockdowns. Benny going for EMP. Now Benny has to be extra patient and going to miss the rush completely here in this exchange. Interesting. Very nice grab here by Benny. Almost getting him back to the game. Jeffri is going to use that time for the EMP to set up though, and that is going to be one round to Jeffri. It's very good patience. Well played. Right now we are continuing with the 1-2s. Very nice grab here. And yeah, that was quick. I've just realized, yeah, that is over. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, a quick win here from Jeffri in the second round. Like, I almost zoned out for a moment. I pretty much zoned out for a moment. Like, I was like, what? And the round was over. Sorry about that, chat. It happens. But Benny is going to take Jeffri to sparring ring. We've seen how Jeffri does really good on sparring overall. Because of how he can apply his full Sparky pressure to its fullest extent. So I'm not completely sure about the choice. And overall, Benny's also going to have less time to actually set up EMP. But hey, nice grab opener. And see, that's what I was saying. Yeah, Jeffri going straight for the Sparky strats on this stage. Because he knows that those work well. And sparring kind of counters the fact that Sparky doesn't have much stun. Just like that. It's a very good confirm to have. From a quick arm. Another nice grab by Jeffri, and Benny is struggling to say the least. Stuck in the corner, not finding any way to get out, trying to go for the advancing guard, but no! Jeffri is going to deny that in order to access the match point. When Jeffri's just not stopping with the pressure right now. Just going for every Sparky he can hit, he's going to hit. Benny getting a little bit desperate, going for grab after grab after grab, but Jeffri is just going to be unrelenting and continue to apply a lot of pressure with that Dragon Sparky. However, Benny is going to be able to push Jeffri into the corner thanks to the rush. And deny him yet another Dragon Arm. The comeback is possible, people. The comeback is possible. And Jeffri is going to be able to get the setup. Benny is going to go for EMP. And that might have been a mistake. Because Jeffri is going to be able to take that match with a convincing 3-0. Yeah, very good showing from Jeffri. Still a pretty good showing from Benny, all things considered, but just a couple of bad decisions led to pretty much some snowballing moments, which gave Jeffri a massive advantage. Yeah, now we're getting ready for our last match of the day, which is going to be Midonnay versus Poko. And I'm gonna have to look at the board after this match. Because there's some interesting stuff happening. Because I think we're gonna have... If Midonnay loses, I think that's going to be 3 people at 1-0. At 1-2, sorry. I'm not completely sure. I'm gonna have to look at the... Definitely gonna have to look at the board on that one. Yeah, we're getting into it. Midonnay versus Poko. I feel like... Honestly, if Midonnay goes mommy, the heavy matchup is going to be funny to watch, all things considered. And yeah, we're gonna have a heavy matchup from what looks like it. And Midonnay is going to go with... Oof! I don't even have time to say anything, like, Poko's just gonna grab right away. Yeah, I was about to say, Midonnay is going to go for the Megawatt and the Popper, but it's not gonna be able to find any way to get anything started right now. My goodness, Poko! Poko, calm down! Calm down! Calm down! Jesus Christ! So Midonnay is gonna go double Phoenix. So for this second round, already working much better because he can actually throw punches now. Yeah, it's showing like. Here's the thing, I feel like when Poko gets started, especially on a small stage like Sparring Ring, the pressure is going to be just insane, as we've seen in round 1. Like, I barely had time to talk. Right now, Midonnay is doing a much better job with double Phoenix, actually getting Poko off his case. And there we go, like... Just needed to find the hits in, you know. Needed to be able to throw a punch. That's what was happening. And Poko is gonna open up the third round with a wonderful win confirm. Good, almost getting half of Midonnay's health in one go. And once again, the Poko pressure is on. The Poko pressure is on, for sure. Midonnay finally managing to find something with the popper. Managing to get a poke in. Slowing down Poko considerably, but the grab is going to be enough for Poko to take that first game. Yeah, that first round was a statement. This one should go in the highlights. And it's now Midonnay's counter pick. I wonder where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to Via Dolce. which I feel is going to be a pretty good stage overall. In order to try and slow down Mechanica. While not having too much of an effect, I feel, on Master Mommy, so... we'll see. Poko already finding some very good pokes in. And yeah, Poko is relentless. It's like Poko sees the mommy is like, yeah, you're supposed to be in the grave. Go back in the grave. And Midonnay is not giving up. He's going to continue to apply some very nice pressure with the toaster and the Phoenix. But the thing is, he needs to get charged in order to get those hard knockdowns. And reset back to neutral. Midonnay going for Roll Rush. Managing to lend some of it onto Poko. He's on 1 HP though, so the armor is not going to do much, especially against a grab. I was about to say, the armor is not going to do much. Yeah, I mean, if you get grab, it's going to do literally nothing. Literal nothing. Yeah, going to round 2, we're getting Midonnay with the double punchy, the double toaster, which I feel is a better loadout, honestly, in this situation, just because Mechanica doesn't have much of a space to escape. So just spamming regular toaster should do pretty much wonders, and it's already showing. Like, Poko's already in critical. Midonnay going for the grab here. Gonna get denied by Poko. Poko's gonna push Midonnay into the corner. Ooh, and Midonnay's gonna go for the rush, gonna trade. Thankfully taking the round, but that means he's gonna go into the next round without rush. Which could be problematic. It could be just slightly problematic. Meanwhile, Poko can apply all the pressure he wants. Like, Midonnay's gonna have to be scared of that rush, especially for this reason. Like, that is a high damaging win confirm here. Midonnay now on the verge of death. Literally now. And yeah, the popper is going to be the one to take it. And we're in Poko 2-0. Midonnay is still doing well, honestly. Midonnay is doing well. That's not the problem. The problem is that he needs to find the openings onto Poko. Which, that being said, when you're playing Mommy, it's gonna be hard to avoid much. So you really gotta play patient. Also, we're going to Buster Beach. Yeah, Buster Beach might be a good stage to actually try and trap Mechanica in the corners. It is much more neutral than Via Dolce, obviously. Yeah, the Poko pressure has already begun. Like we were saying, it's good to trap Poko in the corner. Like, Midonnay is gonna get trapped hella in the corner. Like, look at that little lip. I feel like it's very hard to get out of that little lip. Especially if you're a big boy like Master Mommy. And that's the thing. Midonnay is gonna get pushed back again and again and again by the wind. of the slaps. I never know if it's I never know if it's the slap-amender or the slam-amender. I need to double check on that. Yeah, still very strong showing of pressure by Poko, who's now on match point and technically on tournament point as well. Yeah, look at all that pressure that Poko is applying right now. Midonnay getting clipped by the whammer is a big thing as well. Because Mummy is so big that he's gonna get clipped by a lot of things that other characters wouldn't be clipped by. But he's gonna be able to get the punish here with the rush, nonetheless. Midonnay trying to apply his own pressure now. Going for the grab. Does some very good damage. Not quite enough to kill yet. Poko's gonna be able to find a grab himself. And the win confirm should be enough to do it. Poko taking it 3-0 over Midonnay. That is going to be game, set, and match and tournament for POKOYAN, who now has a very convincing 3-0 record against the rest of the group. So now we need to see the results. That's the big thing. We need to see the results. So I need to have all the results set up. I'm just this and this. But yeah, obviously congratulations to Poko for taking Battle for the Den Season 2 Episode 21. Still, Jeffri, Midonnay, Benny, they all did pretty good in this tourney as well. So congratulations to them, but what I want to see is how the results are panning out, because I think we technically have a three-way tie of 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. And I need to see the final results. Was it 3-1 against Jeffri and Benny? I'm going to show the bracket real quick because TOing is hard. I don't want to leave you hanging, chat. So we're gonna get those results. But I think it might be a difference of like points. Because Midonnay technically has a 3-2 on the board. I think Benny and Jeffri might have been 3-1. I'm not completely sure. Can I actually see in there what the score was? It might help. Let me just double check real quick. For Benny. No way, I think Jeffri Benny was a 3-0 from what I see. Yeah. Just waiting for confirmation, but I think that was a 3-0 from what I can tell, yeah. So let's see how this calculates. Let's see how it all calculates. So obviously Poko is first. Jeffri is second with 6 points. I think due to differentials. Midonnay is third with 4 points. And Benny is fourth with 3 points. But that was a really close tournament. I just want to say, outside of obviously Poko, who was really good during the tournament, it was a very close tournament, which was an absolute pleasure to see. We love to see it. But yeah, that's going to be it for Battle for the Dance Season 2 Episode 21. The ARMS monthly for Asia Oceania is going to be back next month. We're probably going to have as well the return of EUNA. Just for your information, but we're trying to schedule all of that because there's a lot of things scheduled in June. Like, sweet Jesus, the finals for the Alpha rankings are coming up as well. I'm just trying to get a trailer done before I properly announce things. The dates are set and everything, so you're gonna be able to see that. That's gonna be really cool. And in terms of what's coming up more closely to now, we're gonna have next week the monthly for King of Fighters 15 on the PC for Europe and North Africa. This will be on the 15th of May at 15 CEST. If you are watching from Europe, make sure to register. The command in order to get all the information is !BattleDen. So make sure to type in !BattleDen in the chat. It will poop out the link in order to be able to register. And you can just get there. And next week at the Playing Grounds, we will be playing some Street Fighter EX3, which is technically the last game in the Street Fighter EX series. This is a very interesting game overall, because it's a tag game with the Street Fighter EX mechanics and the roster and everything. Unfortunately, Alan Snyder isn't in there, but we make do. We've got Evil Ryu, we're fine. So if you want to see some dank action from the Street Fighter EX3, just tune in on the 10th of May at 21 CEST. This is played around with Parsec, so you just need the Parsec client to be able to join in. You don't need anything else. You can just download Parsec on your PC, on your phone, on your tablet, on your Linux, on your Mac. It should just work. You need to get an account, but still, it should just work. It's free, and you just tell me in the chat if you want to play. So yeah, with that, thank you everyone for watching Battle for the Dance Season 2 Episode 21. Again, I will be back on Tuesday for the Playing Grounds, featuring Street Fighter EX3. Battle for the Dance will be back on the 15th for KOF 15. ARMS will be back next month, obviously for Asia and Oceania, maybe Europe, North America, if we get some time to actually, do the tournament. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye everyone, have a great day or evening or, time zones.